here. This is the third and final day of the Salt Lake City Summer League. And then Topic back as a starter with A.J. Mitchell.
Because of the guys who aren't playing to take a lead role.
3-year contract just a couple of weeks ago. Can he back up SGA? That's kind of the question that OKC's trying to answer. And also they're trying to finally get a feel for Topic after that ACL injury back in January of 2024. We do know that Sissoko can get on top of the rim.
If you didn't, you know it now. It's going to be a physical game inside, too. It's with Tinoco and Kyle Filipowski in there.
Flip out of the wing. Yes, three-point ability. Lets it fly. Knocks it home. And a foul.
Filipowski shot that three-pointer with, and that was a challenge he took on during the middle of the season, was changing a shot. It's something that's not easy to do by any means, especially coming. It's a bit easier to really keep working on that shot, and you can just see how comfortable he is just letting it fly, trying to connect. But aside from that shot, Flip just says he's playing free in general, and Summer League's a good time.
Good for him at that stretch 5 position.
Sissoko, 3 offensive rebounds already. That one got stuck on the side of the rim, falls back into the hands of Flip. He'll bring it, try to go coast to coast. Cops it back to Cody. Here's Williams. He's got space, working, stops and pops off the elbow. Good look, tapped up once by Flip. Pokes it back out. The Jazz have a fresh 14 up on the shot clock. Outside 3, and Barnheiser the rebound. Harkless, a really tough defender. Scotty Morrison told us he stole the show thus far in practice coming up into Summer League. First bucket by A.J. Mitchell.
A little too easy. A.J. Mitchell gets behind the D and goes unseen.
Clayton in the crowd. Ball stripped. Picks it up. Stayed with it. Good hustle. Cody Williams. Shot clock at 6. Smart. Clayton Jr., the free throw, it's good. So NBA series, title series, 4 games to 3. So they built something special. They're very young still in Oklahoma City. Almost a blueprint for some other teams in the league, including the Utah Jazz. Sam Presti's done a marvelous job putting it together. SGA was really kind of that final piece. Mitchell down on the baseline, takes the contact, and will throw it away. Collier wants that ball back. In the backcourt with Clayton. He slides out, passes, corner. The shot is away and a little strong by Harkless. Filipowski, the offensive rebound. Clayton tries the 3, won't go. Flip again, keeps it alive. Inside, jackknife shot. Bucket.
Extra hustle to keep that ball alive.
4 offensive rebounds. Whistle for the foul. Tapped out, another possession. Here's Topic. Gave up the 3. They go to Barnheiser. He'll take the triple and hits right in front.
Barnheiser decides to stay this time. Doesn't go back door and receives a nice rhythm catch and shoot.
Off his game last night and a lot in that win against Philadelphia. There was not a lot of rhythm in the OKC 76er game. 57 fouls. How about 72 free throws?
Yeah, that grinded out.
Mitchell uses that screen, runs up the chest of Flip, and see, they want young players.
But you put yourself in a regular game. There's certain fouls you wouldn't make, so you have to be smart.
Mitchell, an early 6 in his field a 7-0 run by Oklahoma City. Cody Williams, splash, nice shot. He played 50 games for Will Hardy last year, the 10th pick out of Colorado. Bench press.
And from what I've seen, especially in the last game, if that's any sign of it, he's definitely making that jump.
Filipowski from Collier. That ball again down along his knees. He dropped it, still fights for it, and then that ball. 3 turnovers committed by the Thunder, 2 by the Jazz. Filipowski on the inbound, takes that 3. Barnheiser the rebound. Just past the 6-minute mark in this first quarter. Great crowd once again on hand for this Summer League finale. Barnheiser, nice dish down low inside, jumped it over the back of the rim. Good look, a little bunny like you like to say, T, by Sissoko.
Sissoko a little too far under the basket, but give credit to Kyle Filipowski.
Second defensive rebound for Flip. He'll take the three. It's up and out. Rebound. Malachi Leone from the Netherlands. Played it Bradley.
A little bit of a mystery, but regardless, his family celebrating draft night. Doesn't get much better than that, guys.
Yeah, that's fun. Hope to see him in Las Vegas. Hanson Ward is in. Knocks down his first two. T, take me back to '83. You won a national championship, and then you heard Frank Layden call out your name, number 7 overall.
Yeah, it's a really indescribable feeling to be at Madison Square Garden and to be in that green room and having to walk up on stage. Kind of surreal. So I can understand a lot of emotions going on with these players.
6'6" guard slash forward who played at Notre Dame. Little thing about just being cool and calm. A little Jamal Murray like.
Yeah, he's playing like he's been there before, and we've seen that poise. Not a selfish guy, but really takes advantage of opportunities on the offensive side.
Just mentioned Goodwin comes in, instant offense. Nice block shot. Filipowski got up to knock that ball away from Barnheiser. Collier, the trailer, puts his shoulder down. Beautiful spin. Dish inside. Ball knocked out of the hands of Goodwin. Collier takes that shot from 10 feet. Couldn't connect, and the rebound pulled in by Zach Austin.
Not a bad series right there for the Jazz. Just couldn't get the shot to go down.
Austin flies up a three. Collier, right place, right time of the rebound, off to Springer. Springer hits the deck, trying to make this team out of Tennessee. 6'4" guard.
A.J. Mitchell just putting it in another gear. Saw that wide open. Saw that lane get wide open and just gets right to the rack.
A.J. with 11 points in 6 minutes. He's hit 4 of his first 6 shots. Remember, he turned an ankle last night, T. Wasn't sure if he, I wasn't expecting to see him play. I heard the courtside was 2,500. Bronny will be there. Flip makes the second.
Nikola Topic came out a little over 5 minutes gone in the first quarter. Now he's back in to try to get something going. Didn't do much in like 5 minutes.
Springer, got to say it, springs in for 2. I mean, he got up. Nicely done.
Yeah, we saw his athleticism last season. He got some opportunities to play and did not disappoint.
We'll see Max Asmus for the first time, rookie out of Texas. Where's number 30? He's on Topic, and a foul.
Very, very well, and can knock down those open looks too.
Maybe it's the beard, but still. On the floor. That ball's jumped out of the hands of Springer. Back out front. They go to Clayton Jr. We see Signogo for the first time. Big man, 6'9", 245 for the Jazz. Stop and pop jumper, short.
Everything's falling a little short right now for the Jazz in that mid-range.
Topic inside, the pass, nicely done. 2 seasons with the Jazz. The veterans have moved on, and Big T, the change is right before our eyes. Youth.
Yeah, you see youth right here.
Springer the steal, trying to go coast to coast and then drops it out of bounds.
Most exciting players ever put on a Jazz uniform.
I tell you, the flame, he played to it. Like to light it up, and I tell you, that one moment in time where the futility finally ended with a triple-double for the Jazz franchise. There's a travel coming back in. I tell you, it's been a wild month. Ainge was hired at about 3 weeks before the draft. They come away with Ace Bailey and Walter Clayton Jr. Kanye as well. Hope to see him in Las Vegas. The jumper straight away. Nice stroke by Springer.
Jaden Springer, such a high IQ. He's got a great basketball body, but his handles are at the point where he could really get any shot, finds his space quickly, gets his feet assembled, and just rises up into a shot.
Jason Gortman, first time on the floor. Topic down low, gave it up. Ball's down. Jazz trying to hustle for the jump ball. And Sanogo will jump against Ward. Topic keeps that ball alive. High floater. Ball's down. We got a whistle. That parade was something for the Thunder, winning the NBA championship for the very first time. Corner three, good look. Off it comes by Goodwin.
Talked about the pace of this game. You're right, I do love it. Both teams really want to run.
Both teams crashing the boards. That's an errant pass. Good hustle out of bounds. Jazz.
A guy like Jaden Springer to come out and play as well as he's been playing, and maybe Walter Clayton Jr. to get into a groove here as well. Taking the defender with them in their path, and it's always a quick whistle.
Last night against Philadelphia, Leons with 4 rebounds, 6 points. Over 2, Topic rides up the 3-point shot, rebound Springer, head up. Boy, he's in the front court. They want to play that 2.5-second kind of style of play, and the Jazz got across midcourt in a hurry. Rebound, double pump, put it up, big fella. Yeah, he's going to get the bucket.
Well, he just took that ball away from Sissoko.
Blocked, Springer, Sanogo. 3, got it. Clayton Jr.
All of our young players have been in the gym all summer, and the emphasis has been on trying to get in way better condition, get stronger. We need to try to bridge the gap. We're a young team, and we know that, but you know, this is a league full of grown men, and the more we can do to work on our bodies, not everything that we do has to be perfectly basketball focused, and that one day a week where they're outside with the tires and those types of things has been really fun for them.
I'm going to go right to the draft, Coach. Saw you in the war room, and you guys had an ideal draft, is what it's been called. So let's get right to it. Talk to us about how excited you are to develop these young players that you drafted in the NBA draft.
This is a really fun time for our program. We feel like we came out of this draft with the guys that we wanted. You know, in the first round to come out with Ace, and then we moved up to get Walter because we were afraid that we weren't going to be able to get him. And I think they fit into our group. First of all, from a personal standpoint, they're both wonderful young men, very competitive, very driven. You know, we've seen Ace and Walter's energy in these first couple of summer league games. I think our fan base can see that. They fit into our young core very, very well. It's been fun to work with them.
Beautiful move by Springer, lost it out of bounds. Will, you're sitting next to Austin Ainge. My goodness, interesting. We get a timeout. And see this franchise do with Austin and Justin Zanuck and Ryan Smith.
Yeah, I mean, Austin is an incredible basketball. Very, very clear from the first day that, you know, he was getting up to speed on kind of everybody here, but he had obviously been studying the draft. So it was about all of us getting on the same page about what we want to value going forward and the types of players, the types of people.
This summer league.
It's all about his energy and competitiveness. I think we've seen that from Ace when he's played. I recognize that the draft process has been a whirlwind for anybody that's coming in. Not only are you learning a new program once you get drafted, but you're trying to figure out where you're going to live. There's a ton of life things that are going on as well, and there's also some nerves. You know, Ace is a big-time player, and he's played in a lot of great environments, but to come here and, you know, our crowd always shows up, there's definitely some jitters that first night, but it's about, is he going to compete every game? Is he going to compete every play? Is he going to be a great teammate? And he showed those things. the ins and outs of the offensive and defensive system, I don't worry about that stuff right now. It's more about how he carries himself.
Well, yeah, thanks for your time.
Yes,
I know
sir.
Las Vegas is next. It starts up at the 10-day run. Starts on Thursday. Best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You'll see more than enough of us this season.
And taking the lead of 34-29, Cody Williams. That ball jumped right into his chest off the miss. It will gives you a lot of great insight. I mean, it's plain and simple, to the point. And I think he's right about Ace Bailey. Look, when you're young, you know, you got to take in more than just basketball. It's about life. Where am I going to live?
Yeah. And I think the right word, especially for a young draftee like Ace, is whirlwind. So I'm excited for him, though. I think he's definitely going to learn to love it here and be a fan favorite instantly.
Wow, he was at the rim and he was on the corner knocking down threes and had a mid-range game.
Yeah, and I think we knew he had the wow factor, right? He showed a lot of that in college. He's bringing it to this level. But what I really liked is the hustle plays, the offensive rebounds. We know how important that is for the Jazz to get second opportunities. And he came out and he had 3 offensive, right? So, you know, a couple of stops.
NBAevents.com. Filipowski jumps in for the rebound, finds Cody.
Al Filipowski's 8th rebound, had 7 early.
One touch pass, corner, it's up and in. No panic with a 5-point half. That was the first bucket for the Jazz in 4+ minutes.
Yeah, and the trend also, you heard Austin Ainge talk about it. The officials are really starting to let players play a little more physical. So with that being said, you have to take advantage of it. You have to kind of push the envelope a little bit, Bowler, to see how much they'll let you do that. But, you know, that's the thing. You got to stay with the craze.
Foul number 2. Mitchell. Puts up a left-handed shot. Dominant hand. Collier into front court. Isaiah looking for his first score of the night. He's only taken 2 shots, 2 assists. Clayton Jr. comes up short. Springer across midcourt. He had a pass into the paint, but it happens.
Kyle Filipowski was just trying to get back. I think Ward may have had a bucket.
Mitchell, like he has throughout the weekend and beyond, 14 points. He's dominated.
Yeah, Isaiah Collier's only played a little over 10 minutes. He's only taken 2 shots. He's 0 for 2. It looks like he's looking to do more facility. A lot of pressure on Nikola Topic. Let's see what they can do this half.
T, to your point, 1 of 6 is Topic. Jazz turn it over, and Leon's in the first half on the board. Malafai Leon's in his second year. Now we're going the.
I think it was Flip trying to set a screen. And again, if you're a big guy, you've got to be patient.
You know, in a regular season game, Flip would be in trouble, but not summer league. He's halfway to 10.
Yeah. And he might get to it, as physical as he's been playing.
Nice shot down low, the dish. Mitchell to Barnhizer. Barnhizer played at Northwestern, a second-round selection just a few weeks ago. One bounce flip. There's body contact by Sissoko.
Get his guys going.
Two for 2 and a 14-point night for the second-year pro out of Duke. Topic has to pass out to Mitchell. Yeah, Elijah Harkless, man, he'll get in your grill inside buckets.
Yeah, he is putting so much pressure on Topic. He just doesn't have room to breathe.
Here's Collier, drives inside as he went up the ball. No, I'm not. Mady Sissoko jumps in for the defensive rebound. Here's Topic. Almost gave it up for 3. He did. Here's Barnhizer. Bounces back to Topic. Shot clock under 10.
Jazz are giving Topic different looks. Harkless 1 minute. Isaiah Collier. Cody Williams.
Filipowski feeds a tough pass down low, picked up by Cody Williams. Topic just checked out. Youngblood checks in for the Thunder. Clayton Jr. Nope, he'll give it to Cody Williams. 3 in and out. Good look off that far side wing. A.J. Mitchell, that pass knocked down by Filipowski. Cody passes up front. Jazz sharing the ball. Corner 3, the pocket. Walter Clayton Jr. T1 to that bucket. He was only 1 of 9 in the first half. He's got an 8-point game rolling. Ooh, tough ball.
This whole time in this summer.
16 points, matches his total last night. Make it 17. He was 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Tonight, 5 of 7. We're tied at 44. Here's Harkless. That 3 jumps out. Barnheiser the rebound. Full backcourt pressure by Clayton Jr. Barnheiser throws it away. Over the shoulder pass. Clayton Jr. 1 bounce inside. And he towed the line. Just hit a 3 and hits the first of 2 tonight, but he's been able to connect with a 3 and some free throws. Gortman hands it off. Mitchell. I like this backcourt combo with those two for OKC. They drive it out to Youngblood. He'll go baseline, a dish inside, blocked from behind, put it back in. Second effort, Sissoko.
First block, but blocks it right.
Eight ties, 9 lead changes thus far. More to come as Youngblood drops a 3.
Doesn't hesitate either.
That's his first score. Played at Alabama, but he started at Kennesaw State, went on to South Florida, and finished up with the
helps.
Clayton has scored the last 7 for the Jazz. Thunder up by 1, 49-48, 6 minutes to play. Third quarter here in Salt Lake. Gortman right to left. Spins, turns it over, out front, 1 man to beat. Filipowski runs, scores, yes. Boy, what a beautiful rookie, Clayton Jr. from Filipowski. The one thing about Flip, man, he will run the floor. There's an offensive foul, take away the construction license.
I knew you were coming, Jim.
We're going to have you on the job at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I'll be there. I'll be there at 5:30.
We're counting on you.
And out at 6.
Talk about some of the, I guess it would be, it's not easy. You got to jump through some hoops to make this happen.
Yeah, it's a big project. I mean, we're really going to transform the entire arena over a period of 3 years. You know, this summer we're focusing on the lower bowl, and we'll see a lot of the changes happen in the lower bowl and then other parts of the arena over the next 2 summers.
Well, the logistics of that, because, you know, obviously in the off season there was still a lot going on in that arena. So what did it take to kind of rearrange all those things and then get to work on the arena?
Well, we had to move fast. You know, once we got the hockey team here, we knew that we had to transform the arena for future years, and so there were some things we had to move around and change. But we've got a great team working with us, and everything's coming together really well.
Good.
Jim, I'm thinking that this is going to help the 2-goal view, right, for the Mammoth.
Yeah, as you know, many of you may know, we only were able to put 11,000 seats in the arena where you can see, you know, 11,000.
Again tonight, Utah's gone on a 12-0 run. The lead is 58-49 with just over 4 minutes left in the third.
See the Jazz drop back into a matchup zone right now, giving a different look to Oklahoma City.
Jazz have fueled that run with the 3. They've now hit 10 of 31. Also just missing 1 free throw, 12 of 13. Collier in the paint, helping out inside, big man, got the rim and in.
It's a no-go.
Nice touch. 3-point play. Utah now extends that run to 15 straight. And they've done that, T, over 2.5 minutes. It shows you how this league, how leads really aren't safe. You can score in a hurry if you have to. That three-point shot. Defense, Youngblood in the paint, had a shot, gave it away. They work it out to Gortman. Now Topic, who's had a rough night. Thoughts? He's had looks, but 1 of 8.
Yeah, this is new for him, right? I mean, he's been playing a lot, and he's going to see a lot of pressure if he gets an opportunity to get those minutes with the Thunder. But you got to try to find a way to adjust it and make an impact in other ways.
Good one, takes the pass, goes into the paint. Short shot clock. Smith's had a good look. He plays the defensive game. He'll get it back. Leaves it. Collier inside drive off the glass. Isaiah had missed his first 4 shots, and he runs back to take that pass from Smith. Topic floater. Can't buy one right now. Quick outlet. Collier. They'll fire up a 3. Bang! Oh, the Jazz in the third quarter, 20 straight. A 20-0 run.
Yeah, that's fun basketball for the Jazz. Ward gets a nice little floater there, but Jazz getting it done really on both ends.
Two minutes left in this. Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah, well, guys, Walt brings a winning culture to this team, coming fresh off a national championship with Florida and even winning back-to-back high school championships at Bartow High School in Florida. Now, that's something you can kind of tell when you're watching him in Summer League as well. When these games get tight, he has a certain poise he brings on the court right now, and that's something the front office and coaching staff look at as a valuable trade. Definitely looked at when they traded up to get Walt as well.
I think 2 key words you just mentioned, LG, was be a good pro in this league.
Put back Leons. Here, trying to get into a set. Leons picks him up at midcourt. Just over 9 minutes left and a foul.
Pretty collective right there, loses it, but
nice shot. After his 4th foul, it goes down low, goes left to right, and wraps one up and in.
He's got to stay aggressive, Walter Clayton Jr. He's a primary ball handler.
Another one. Leons again. BA, but just wait until the regular season starts.
Yeah, guys who are 6'9", 6'10" with length. You got to make that adjustment.
Leons now with 10 points, 5 rebounds.
Got to let that play go and do something on this end.
OKC's trying to become more physical. They have Youngblood from the corner and drops it.
Right, guys.
Yeah, Lauren, magical for both the Thunder and SGA, no doubt.
Yeah, and I like that he is the face. I think he can eventually become the face of the league. As a young player, he embodies. I listen to his interviews, and he just does a fabulous job of representing his team and the league as a whole.
You know, through all the games we've been involved in and watched, as you just said, I mean, it's you could talk to 2, 3 players at a time, right? Who's next? AJ Mitchell, beautiful pass.
What a pass.
Inside, no looker. First quarter. You talk about OKC chipping away, 75-68. Collier. Back out front, Isaiah for 3. The shot clock ran out.
You know, you just continue playing. There was a physical game back then, a lot more than it is now, but you could get away with a lot. As long as it didn't escalate, officials just kind of let you work it out.
First bucket since the first quarter. Steals, Leons.
Leons has done that several times.
That's 3.
Yeah.
3. 3-point game. Crowd a little restless as Collier brings it back into front court. Cody. Shot clock at 10. Collier, little stop and pop. That ball blocked by Leones. And Oklahoma City with another opportunity.
Leones making his mark on the defensive end.
15-2 run by the Thunder. Nice rebound. Sanogo up high. Protected the ball. Collier leaves it. Here in quarter number 4. And now we're going to Williams. Backcourt involves Isaiah Collier and Esmus. Inside, nicely done. Flip breaks free, scores his first 2.
That's just great execution by the Jazz that time. Isaiah Collier's 6th assist.
Leads back to 5. Harkless riding the hip of A.J. Mitchell. Flies up a little floater. Rebound, Filipowski. Flip now with his 16th rebound. That ties the most in Salt Lake City Summer League history. Willie Reed had 16. Tony Bradley 16. Now put Flip in that category. 3 times. Oh, nice steal. Took it right out of his hands. Elijah Harkless. Jazz trying to get stingy again on defense. Flip needs some help. He dropped that inside to Cody Williams. Tough pass to handle, to navigate, and he stepped out. 77-72, Utah. Collier walks it across midcourt. Coming up on the final 4 minutes of the 2025 Salt Lake City Summer League. These teams will take off for Las Vegas. Defend and an easy outlet in to Collier.
Both teams have done a good job of making the other team cough it up.
I'm watching Flip against Topic. He just manhandled him. Able to get the shot away and takes it. Filipowski now whistled for 6 fouls. Beautiful move, Leones inside. Well, he went inside out in a hurry.
Coming out of that timeout, LG brought this to my attention. Points in the paint. Thunder were at 44. That was 46. And Jazz only 24 points in the paint.
Collier gets a bucket back. 7 points for Isaiah. Speaking of Leones, T, by the way, he's scored 14 all.
He really has been the player to make things happen, especially on the defensive end. He can do it offensively like you just saw, but he's wreaking havoc defensively.
He's hit 7 of 9 shots. They give a body hug to Collier. That ball jumps out. Topic the rebound. 3 minutes left. 2-point game. 79-77. Barnhizer for the triple. Takes the bounce up and in. And Barnhizer has given the Thunder. Barnhizer with 10 points. He's plus 27 when he's on the floor in the plus-minus category. 5 on the shot. Clayton Jr. lets it fly. Bang! Wow, that's a big shot.
That's a huge shot for Walter Clayton Jr.
He has now 20 on the night. 4 of 10 from 3.
Bringing it here to this level.
Comes up short. Youngblood. Rebound. Ball loose. Picked up. Jazz have it. They feed quickly to Collier. Inside. Flip. One bounce. He's tied up. They let them play on corner. The triple. Good. Oh, right. Harkless on a deep, deep 3. Points. 3 of 8 from behind the arc. Jazz up by 5.
Well, a little time off this shot clock here.
Just past the minute 30 mark. Collier lets one fly over the top. Topic. Youngblood from the corner. Ball comes loose. Harkless.
Youngblood had a really good look there on that fast break.
Out front, Collier. Shot clock runs to 3, down to 2. Contacts made. Triple header on Thursday, ending with that nightcap. Jazz have put together an impressive 7-0 run over the last minute and a half. How about that defense? Harkless putting the body on Topic. Nearly got the steal. This crowd loved it.
His chest, but nothing that warranted a whistle.
Filipowski got a fingertip on it, still drops in for 2. You know, that type of defense can become contagious, which the Jazz desperately need.
Yeah, you saw how it was getting this crowd fired up.
Collier streaks into front court. Final seconds ticking away. 11 on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock. Flip has the ball knocked out of his hands, picked up. 4-point game. Topic front court, no look pass. Youngblood leans in, 3, no, rebound backside, and that will do it. Isaiah Collier is going to run out this clock, and the Jazz are going to go 3-0, hosting the 2025 Salt Lake City Summer League. 86